The bell above the door chimed softly as the woman stepped inside. She hesitated just past the entrance, adjusting the thin jacket around her shoulders before guiding her young son forward. The boy clutched her hand with both of his shoes worn down at the toes, his eyes fixed on the glass shelves lined with fresh bread. The bakery smelled warm and comforting. Fresh loaves, sugar, butter. It was the kind of place where hunger felt heavier just by standing inside. The woman approached the counter slowly. "I'm sorry," she said, her voice barely above a whisper. "Can I have yesterday's bread for my son?" The room went quiet. A customer near the register stopped counting change. Another looked up from their phone. Even the hum of conversation seemed to fade. The clerk behind the counter froze, unsure how to respond. Yesterday's bread was cheaper. Sometimes it was given away. Sometimes it wasn't. The rules depended on who was working and who was asking. The woman felt every eye on her now. Her son shifted closer to her leg, sensing the tension even if he didn't understand it. "I can pay a little," she added quickly. "Not much. But he hasn't eaten since this morning." Silence pressed in from all sides. People looked away. Some with discomfort, some with judgment. No one stepped forward, from the back of the bakery, unseen by most of the room. The owner had stopped what he was doing. He had heard every word. He stepped out slowly, wiping his hands on his apron, his eyes fixed not on the woman, but on the boy holding her hand. He took in the way the child kept glancing at the bread, then back up at his mother, as if afraid to ask for more. The owner walked to the counter. "Which one do you like?" he asked the boy gently. The boy looked up, startled. He pointed shyly at a loaf behind the glass. "That one." The owner smiled. He reached behind the counter, lifted the loaf, then added another. And another? Fresh bread, still warm. He placed them all in a bag and set it on the counter. "There's no charge," he said. "And you don't need to apologize?" The woman's hands trembled as she reached for the bag. "I don't want to cause trouble," she said quietly. "You didn't," the owner replied. "You did exactly what a parent is supposed to do." Her eyes filled with tears. Then the owner did something else. He reached under the counter and pulled out a small envelope. He slid it across to her without making a show of it. "This is for groceries," he said. "And if you ever need bread again, you come here. Any day. Any time." No one spoke. Customers stood still, suddenly aware of how loud their silence had been moments earlier. The woman nodded, unable to find words. She squeezed her son's hand, thanked the owner softly, and turned toward the door. As they left, the boy looked back once. Clutching the bag to his chest. The bell chimed. Again, only after they were gone did the room begin to breathe. "And that's what stays with you, Not that someone asked for charity, but that a quiet question revealed who was listening. And who was willing to act, So the next time someone asks for yesterday's bread, remember this: you never know who's watching. And you never know how much a single act of kindness can weigh against a room full of silence.